Welcome everyone. Today is New Year first class. So we're going to focus on the chapter 9. The first word in Chinese is called 持. 持 means this written like a hand hold something. If we holding something just like holding a container or holding a ball, can only fill up to the edge of the ball. You cannot do more. Our life is the similar kind of situation. How long we can live, how much things we can enjoy, we all have a fixed number. We cannot overdo it. Unless there's a very special reason, we can achieve a little bit more, but according to Buddha's teach and the Chinese people's belief, or many countries people I think also believe that we have a fixed number in our lives. So to holding something until the handful, and we cannot do more, otherwise we'll overflow. So overflow is going to leak, spill on the ground. So rather we stop right there. So rather stop timely. So just give you an example. The hunters in Africa, okay, when how they catch monkeys or catch some kind of animals. The hunter had a container and put a lot of fruit, trying to attract the monkey to pick it up. So the monkey had the hand into it, trying to hold a lot of fruit, take it out. What happens? Here's the very narrow neck, and the arm grabbed by the container. So hold that, and they cannot get an escape. So hunters come, catch the monkey. Human is the same. In this world, a lot of this kind of trap, we just don't realize that. So that the whole thing is focused on the desire. So overflow also is the desire. A lot of the business is trying to cut our desire and they use it. Once we have more and more, then troubles come. So holding something in our hands, just enough is enough, don't do too much. Lao Zi is trying to use 4 things teaching us in this material world, how do we realize the danger or realize the trouble, trying to teaching us to end. So this word means end. So we should know when to end. If we know how to end it, don't get in trouble. Second sentence, we know the weapons. Human history, we know in the earlier time, thousands of years ago, human beings used the stone to make weapons, or use bone to make weapons, make knives, make an arrow, to fight, to scare people away, scare animals away. And later humankind developed use copper to make arrows, to make knives, to make a weapon. After that, humans know how to use iron. Use iron to make a weapon. Later developed to the guns, the cannon, and develop atomic bomb. And now we know there's even more sharp weapons come out. And during the wars, depending on who's controlling the sharpest, hardest thing to control the world, control the country, or to conquer the enemies. And who is the winner? To the end, there is no winner, right? Just like during World War II, Japanese and German used a powerful weapon but later they all failure. They didn't win the war. So a sword beaten to its sharpest will not last long. Because if you make it too sharp, you use it too often, it will bend your blades. Also give us the second example. Doesn't want to be too sharp. Third thing, the hall in our house filled with gold and jade. We know in Chinese history there's a few emperors, few very powerful people. They gathering a lot of jade, a lot of gold, a lot of treasures, put in the graveyard, show them how strong it is. Just like in Qing, the first emperor in China, gathering so many things in the grave. But what happens? Later become museum. I remember there's no one emperor in China that lived more than 100 years old. So for what? Our body going to be dust to dust when we die. Doesn't matter where we put, but still we cannot keep it forever. So nothing in this world really belongs to us. It belongs to God, okay? According to our understanding. So if people are trying to keep it forever, even keep it for their children, descending people, that still does not belong to this country, belong to the world. Fourth thing, if there's a lot of treasure and pride in riches, so besides the treasure, besides the power, and then there's pride. We pride our treasure, pride ourselves, and throwing our treasure away, particularly in this country. People showing their iPad, and not to showing. Yeah, don't showing those treasure thing. Hiding something in our inner world, not showing in the outside. So pride in the riches honors not creates or generates trouble for oneself. I just give one example in our lives, in our society. We know this is not a safe country anymore. It's everywhere, full of danger and traps. So Lao Zi gave this 4 example for our real world. Summarize. After this, he advised all the leaders, or even ourselves, the leaders in the country, leaders in the society, in the government. After we've done the job, done our work, we finish our tasks, we achieved merit, achieved the reward, what we should do. Once we get that, everyone should think retiring, to resign or retire. Otherwise, trouble will come after. Because that's the way of heaven. That's the way of the real world. We live in this world. This is not a perfect world, according to Buddha's teach, or according to Bible's teach. Because when we read the Bible, God showing us, the Bible showing us the creation, showing the all kinds of the story regarding to the saviors in our world, in heaven, son of the God. Never talking about what does heaven look like.释迦牟尼Buddha described the Western heaven. It's very beautiful and a very nice place. Everyone looking for the nice place. So that's why we come to spiritual practice places, like here or any place, teaching us how to become a better person, then we can immigrate to that place. So heaven have many, many levels. Our world is a material world, desired world. This level have 4 kingdoms or 4 worlds. Our world is on the south side, around our material world. We are on the south. South is called the Sopo world, Sopo 世界. We read Journey to the West, talking about different world. He described this. Our world, people only live in probably 70 years old, 80 years old. Our world, in the best time, people can live very long, but now is the bad time. So this is our world. And some other west, east, north, there's other 4 different worlds. They all have a different name. And I know on the north side, 北去泸州, this world, the people can live for 1,000 years old. Some they can live 500 years old. Each one have a different one. If you really interested, you can study Sutra, talking about a lot of this kind of situation. But this is still on the desired level of the world. And we know below us there's a hell, there's other world. But we are not the worst world. Above this, even the desired world has 6 levels. 4 kings, 四王天. 4 kings, no, 四王天. The living beings, like a human on this level, lived 500 years. Their one day equal to quite a few years than us. So their life is very long. Above that is the 刀立天, and the people, they believe the 玉皇大帝. 玉皇大帝 is on that level. There's very beautiful places, and the people living there can reach 1,000 years. Their one day even equal to quite a few years, our world. So their life is much longer. 夜摩天, 都率天. Each one, their life is much longer. 法乐天, 大化自在天. So there's 6 levels of heaven in the material world, or the 欲界天, or desired world. And this king in this level, we call the portion, devil king. He's not a very nice king. He doesn't want anyone live in this material world. He's controlling everyone. Even people died, he still want to be controlled by in his kingdom. We never can escape this from control if we don't know how. So the beings in that heaven is very, very long time. That's why a lot of immortal people living in that world, they thought that they never die. But actually, they're still going to die. When the time reaches the end, they're going to die. That's why I have so many Buddha teaching us. And above this is we call the colored world, 色界天. In this level, have 18 level, 18 different kingdoms. Chan Buddhas, practitioners, they already know how to get rid of desire. They can practice the Chan meditation. They can reach 4 levels. They have a first level of the Chan, second level is Chan, third. They need a very peaceful mind. They can reach 18. Colored heaven. And people all see very beautiful colors. Above that, we have the colorless world. So 无色界天 have a 4 level. On the top of the colors world, the 18 level, there is the kingdom. That also is very powerful. Just want to control the entire universe. Doesn't want anyone leave this color world. His name is called 摩西首罗天. That king also is devil king. And the people reaches the colorless world, even living for billions of years, the life going to be end. So we are in this world. Each level of the kingdom have an emperor there. So you know how many in this universe. We can see that's still in the color world. Something even beyond that, we cannot see. So many worlds in the emptiness of this universe. We know very limited in our world. When we look in our body, the structure of our body, it's not just so simple and then create a human body. We come from some kind of powerful creators. We are not simply just come this world by accident or by some kind of chance. So that's why there's so many different religions talking about the creation. So creation in our beautiful world and the wonderful spiritual world, we know there's so many things we need to understand. So where are we from? Where are we going? And we know we're just not simply finish this lifetime and then that's it. We have to understand that there is a spirit in our body is going to be reincarnate and over. We have a different life form in the future. And we have had the life forms before. Otherwise, we're going to be misguided by just a material world explanation. Anyway, so after job done and achieve the merit, retiring is the way of heaven. Even the God created heaven, created the earth, created the universe. After 7 days, he rests. That's why we have a 1 week. Read the Bible. Then we know 7 days, not our 7 days. His 7 days may be ours, millions of years, billions of years. But even God done the job, achieved the merit. Everyone pray to God. He's retired in that place. Then let you or live in your own. Take our own way to live in this world. How we manage our lives. Actually, we are not managing our lives very well. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. Different practice go different place. Just like we qualify to immigrants to the United States, immigrants to Taiwan or any place, we need to have a qualification. To reach the level above our material level, we need the qualification. This material world, people have a lot of desire, hatred, or jealousy, all those bad things. After people died in this world, they reincarnate below this level. The highest that they can stay in this level. Even stay in this level, still need to be a good citizen to do 5 things. First one, stop killing. Not just limited to killing people, also killing other beings. Right? Try not to killing any living beings. Stealing or robbery, to avoid the second. Jing is trying to not get adultery. do bad things, the bad relationship in the human sexual messed up in that level. With the people or with the animal, whatever. This is the third one. One is talking about bad words, say lies, bad language. The fifth one, it relate to alcohol, all kinds of addiction in this level. So avoid this 5 and doing at least pass the score. Then maybe become living in the kingdoms of the family, to the very rich family, to those places according to Buddha's teach. If the score getting higher, can maybe reach the level of the 4 kings level or Dali level, Dali Tian level, or above. But to reach higher of this level, people need to do meditation. We call it 禅定. 禅定 is a 禅 Buddha, 禅 practice. Then purify their mind, connecting to the higher level energy. Then the people start to reach higher level. So there is the first level 禅, second level 禅, third level, fourth level. But all those even 禅定level world is below the 色界. Okay. Beyond that is not just 禅 practice, even need a higher practice to the 无色界, the colorless world. When I describe these things on the board, all those is in the 6 ways of life. So even we doing perfectly, we make our score 100%, we're still in the 六道理. But according to the Sutra,释迦牟尼Buddhas teach, if we want to get rid of those, we wanted to go to Western heaven. We call it 西方极乐世界. That pure land world, we need to practice a special way, qualified a special way to reach there. So that's why I have so many different ways to reach a different level. This is Shimini mountain. We are in the middle of this mountain. 四王天 is above us. 4 Kings mountain. And on the top here, Dali Tian have 33 different kingdoms on that. So that's kind of like a metaphors of this, where we are living. And here have 4 world around us. Some world we can looking into, like we said, the aliens. Their scientific technology better than us. They are not even in the 四王天 or Dali Tian. They are still is a human level kinds of living beings. But they are travel from different kingdom, north, south, east. So that's what I briefly bring out that subject.